What's going on, San Diego? Welcome back to another week of the weekly update with the San Diego Community Newspaper Group. I'm here with my co-host Tom, the editor of the Beach and Bay Press, Peninsula Beacon, every paper that comes out from the San Diego Community News Group. But we're here to bring you the news coming this week from the Peninsula Beacon. Like you know, we do this every week. Give you guys the updated news, what's going on, what's coming out in the paper tomorrow, Thursday, which is August 17th? 16th? 16th, coming out tomorrow. But, yeah, we'll get started. I'm going to let Tom take it off with the first topic, and we'll get rocking and rolling, guys.
Okay, so it's that time of year, and I think this is the first
What does
year.
that mean, Tom? What time of year?
It's the schools are opening. Parents are happy. So in August 27th, schools officially open for the San Diego Unified School District.
So all the schools open the same day?
Yeah, the public schools are going to be open.
Okay.
And so I think this is the first year they're actually opening before Labor Day. They used to open after Labor Day.
Yeah, where I'm from, they always open, usually after Labor Day.
Uh-huh. So this year they wanted to start it early to get them out a week earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a little bit earlier this year, and as it seems to happen, I know this happened to me, it probably happened to everyone. The first week of school, it's always beautiful, 85 degrees.
Yeah, it's the nicest weather.
Yeah, it's the best week of the year, and you're stuck in school. Yeah,
that's true.
So all the kids have to go back to school. I'm sure they're happy about that. And so this year, kind of the focus they're gonna go into is STEAM programs, and STEAM is an acronym for science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics. And it's sort of expanding even on STEM, which STEM is just more of engineering and mathematics.
Is it special schools, or is it
no,
still
they're
in
just
the same
gonna,
school?
Yeah, it's just all the schools are going to be kind of focusing on those programs.
Oh, okay.
And trying to get more kids interested in all those
Yeah.
areas, and it's going to start, that starts in the elementary schools all the way up through the high schools.
Nice. So they have the same, I guess, academic course all the way through, rather than changing it up every new school you go to. They're going to keep to something.
Yeah. So I mean, they call it a STEAM pathway, but it's kind of like what you should have been studying anyway. I mean, especially technology now.
Everything.
Technology, the arts.
Some schools even give you the iPad. And it has all the textbooks and everything like that is already uploaded into it. It makes it super easy for everybody.
They all should be doing that.
Yeah, rather than lugging around.
Do they still give out those big books?
I don't know. I used to love that. Get a book sock too. Pick them out. The thing you.
The book sock you called it?
Yeah, you'd put the book cover. But they call it a book sock. You didn't have that? It was
book
silk.
Sock? No.
Yeah, it was we had them by us. It was all different colors, and then if you were cool, you had the. You'd use the brown paper bag. Yeah. That was the cool way to do it.
Yeah, or the Sunday comics.
Yeah. Oh, that's a smart idea.
Yeah, book sock.
Yeah, book sock.
Okay. Yeah. The book prophylactic.
That's exactly what it was. I never opened mine, but anyway. So 27th of August they start?
They do, so... you'll be seeing them out there that Monday.
Yeah.
All the kids at their little bus stops.
So you got a week left, kids.
Yeah, enjoy it.
A week left. Enjoy it. What else we got? Oh, this is actually big. I read a little bit into this today. You want to take it or you want me to do it? Oh,
yeah. So, most people who lived in Ocean Beach or, frequent Ocean Beach especially down on Newport by Cable and Bacon Street. There are a bunch of transients, but there's some nice homeless people too. And this one guy, Walter Ross Riley, he was an older man.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knew him as the Incense Man, especially today. Today is Wednesday. It's the OB Farmers Market.
So
he was always around there for that, and he'd always have a bag of incense sticks in his hand, and he just stand around and was smile and was friendly.
Yeah.
And I used to personally go up to him and buy incense.
All right.
And as I was telling you, it was sometimes it was $1 for 5 sticks. Sometimes it was $2 for
price would fluctuate.
5 sticks. Sometimes it was basically, I would just give him a couple dollars and he'd give me whatever he gave me, and that was fine. Yeah. And then he'd tell me things, about that he was observing about certain cars, and he had this thing about alternative energy, and He was freaked out that people were using French fry oil to power their cars.
Oh,
you know,
man.
like
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
like vegetable oil.
Yeah.
And he was like, those cars, they just smell like French fries. But anyway, last year he was murdered.
He got murdered.
Viciously
he's not
murdered.
Here with us anymore. So if you
know,
don't smell
right
the incest.
And I think it was on Bacon, kind of like right down
Yep.
from Newport. And, you know, it was like as a senseless murder, and they've been trying to find. It took them a long time to come up with a suspect. Yeah. They had some.
Because this happened, June of 2017?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they had some cameras, like store cameras and street cameras, that saw somebody running, and they it was kind of fuzzy, but then they finally came up with a witness, I think another homeless guy.
Okay.
And he saw the suspect, lunge at Riley, and then somebody screamed that he had a knife, and then they ran over and they saw that he was bleeding. And then eventually the police caught up this guy, Noah Mitchell Jackson, who was 20, who was arrested a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the Superior Court judge ordered a murder trial after the preliminary trial. So we'll see what happens. It's going to happen later this year. They'll have the murder trial.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's the only suspect they have right now.
I read that they don't know if they have the murder weapon, though. Is that correct?
Yeah, they don't know if they have the murder weapon. And this guy, I mean, he's also had witnesses come in the prelim trial say that, it's not him.
Mm-hmm.
Because, they saw him on the footage, like the video footage, and they're like, oh, his nose looks weird. I don't think that's him.
Yeah.
But then there was all this circumstantial evidence about how weird he was acting when he finally saw his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
And how he wanted to kill himself. And so, but then there's also an eyewitness who, so.
It's going to be an interesting case, yeah.
Yeah. And I just hope, this homeless guy, the Incense Man, he gets some justice.
Yeah.
Because it was just like a brutal murder.
For no reason.
It seems like the motive, it seems like there wasn't really much of a motive.
Yeah.
Because this guy, I mean, I don't know why you would want to kill this guy.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Steal $2?
Maybe he got some not smelling good incense
or something, So anyway, that's sort of a sad news, but we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. But on the brighter side of things, we talked about this last week.
Oh, we did?
Right? Is it this the guy painting the mural 16 days in the murals or no?
Yeah.
We talked. Or maybe we talked off camera.
Oh,
maybe we talked off camera. You were saying that you guys knew.
Yeah.
the
So
artist.
my girlfriend knows him.
Yeah. She
went to school with him. This guy Hugo Crosswaite. I hope that's how it's pronounced.
It's probably like Waith with no H. You know how they say.
Yeah. Crosswaite. But anyway, he's a Mexican-American artist.
Mm-hmm.
He does murals. He does regular paintings. He has a gallery in Manhattan. He's well known. He has, a lot of patrons.
Yeah.
And he grew up in Tijuana and Rosarito, and went to SDSU. So he has a lot of ties to the area, and he uses that kind of cross-border situation to come up with his art. And he's been by Liberty Station Arts District.
Yep.
Hired him to do this temporary mural in Liberty Station.
How do they do temporary murals? Do they put
out? No, he's painting the walls.
Oh, they got power wash it down?
They'll just paint over it.
Oh.
But right now it's going to be a temporary situation, because it's a temporary art installation.
That's true.
But he said, they only paid me for a temporary art, installation. If they want to keep it permanent,
they're going
to have to pay me a lot more. Because we went and talked with him 2 weekends ago when he just started.
Yeah.
And he had just gotten a few done. It's pretty cool. I don't know why you would want to paint over them, because what I've seen so far, it looks really cool. It's like, on the archways.
Do they all flow with each other? I can't think of the one.
It's like it's just like these people that he's encountered, or people that have inspired him. Mm-hmm. And he has like some sort of, in his head, he has like the story that connects them all together.
Yeah.
But it's like all down, like, so if you're walking from like the Arts District toward Stone Brewery, It's in that alley, kind of, or that hallway. And it's on where the arches come down and stuff. It looks really cool. I think I would love it if they just keep it up and didn't paint over it.
I have to find some money for them, probably.
On Friday, they're going to have from 5 to 6 p.m. at Stone Brewing right down there. They're going to have a Meet the Artist.
Oh,
so
cool.
he's going to be there, and you can like talk to him about his artwork or talk to him about those murals, what they mean, and have a beer with him and stuff like that. Yeah, he speaks English perfectly fine. So don't worry about that. You can also speak Spanish to him. He's a super nice guy, kind of soft-spoken, but loves to engage the public. And even while he's painting, he still has a few days left of painting. Yeah. You can go while he's painting.
Watch him paint.
There's a sign saying, you can talk to me while I'm painting.
Because some people get so, let him do his thing, let him do his thing.
Yeah, they don't want to bother him. He said if he was in Mexico and he was painting and he didn't even have a sign, people would be like talking to him nonstop, and he'd be like, all right, okay, and finally he'd have to say, yeah. But he says here, it's like people just come, they watch for a little bit, and then they're totally respectful of like his time. You're like, well, you're working, I don't want to bug you. And he's like, no, you can talk to me.
Yeah, I'd rather you come and talk to me.
That's sort of part of the event of this art installation, is being able to talk to an artist. So anyway, on Friday, if you go to Stone Brewing down there in Liberty Station from 5 to 6, he'll be there. You can ask him questions then. Then in October, when all the art installations are done, and they're all temporary art installations, they're going to have, I think it's October 3rd, they're going to have like a big event with all the artists are going to be there, and they're going to have, you can walk through and, kind of like see each piece and talk to the artist of that piece
nice.
And stuff like that, and then like have like a reception
afterward. Oh, cool. And that'll be at Liberty Station.
Yeah. And then I think in the end of December is when it's over.
Oh, okay.
So then they take them out, and then the next year they'll have like another, art installation.
Art
installation.
Interesting. I didn't know they did that over there. Mm-hmm. Nice. And that's this Friday.
This Friday.
From 5 to 6 at Stone.
And just go down there and check it out. It's really cool. Yeah. And there's other, temporary art installations that are around there that you'll see.
They have my favorite sign down there.
Which one?
The blue one that says you are where you need.
Oh, yeah.
You're exactly where you need to be. That's my favorite. I love that sign.
Yeah, that one is now over.
They moved it because it used to be when you first drive in, and now it's by that restaurant over there.
The patio.
Is it by the patio? I thought it was by...
Well, it's by like the fire pit.
Yeah.
What's over there? The patio?
Isn't that the Mexican restaurant that we talked about?
Oh, El Jardín?
Yes.
El Jardín.
El Jardín, yeah.
Isn't
that over?
That's a little bit over, yeah.
Okay.
That's like over... El Jardín is like across the street from the Bueno Fischetta.
Which is in back of Flair 50/50?
No, that's down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is by that fire pit.
Yeah, I know.
Right to the left, I think. Actually, I think
it's across from Breakfast Republic. Like in that little, they have that little like intersection thing right there. People are always walking across, and they put a spark cycle over there and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like across the street from the public market.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. If you haven't checked out the public market though, you should definitely go check that out. They got a lot of good food and a lot of good atmosphere down there.
That is a very cool place.
Yeah, it is.
We got empanadas there the other day.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I still haven't eaten. I want to eat stacked. I haven't eaten there yet.
Yeah, well, there's one in PB.
I know. I just don't want to feel like blob after I eat it. But
yeah. It looks like you would feel like a blob after you eat it.
100%.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it looks delicious.
But then you to be in a food coma.
Exactly. So what else we got? So if you saw, which was it? I think it was Monday, right? They jumped off the pier.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah. The San Diego Junior Lifeguards. They did the jump off the OB Pier. Something I've always wanted to do. I didn't know that we could pay to do it though. But that was. Are they finished with their training?
Finished. Yeah, that was They have 2 sessions in the summer, and then the first one was each one is like a month.
Okay.
So like last sort of end of July, I think, is when they had their first pier jump, and then this is their last one. So,
nice.
But yeah, that's something like for next year, if you could remember.
Yeah.
You can go and sign up, and I can't remember the price. I think it used to be $50. It might be $100.
Did they jump off of where it tees out? Did they jump out towards?
They jump. They have various stages where they jump because like the really young ones.
Oh, they don't want to go
closer, closer to like the cafe there.
Oh, okay.
Where the pier is lower. so it's only like a 20-foot jump.
Oh, okay.
And then they progress out, and then they finally get out to the tee.
Oh, they do go out that far.
Students,
nice.
Or the older junior lifeguards jump off that one. That's like the highest one. That's like 30 feet.
And that's like an annual thing they do, though. It's
annual,
like a big thing
going
for them,
on
right?
for like 25 years. It's a big fundraiser for the Prevent Drowning Foundation of San Diego, which is all part of the junior lifeguards program. And I said, it's like usually the kids who participate are like from 7 to 17.
Good summer program.
Yeah, it's like 4 weeks. They learn all about, being a lifeguard, handling the ocean, riptides, things like that.
It's important stuff to know, especially if you live here and you're always in the ocean and stuff like that. And it's not
definitely
a bad
it's a great program to put your kid in. Especially if you live at the beach, they definitely learn how to handle being in the ocean and what's going on.
I got probably jamming on a skateboard over there.
Yeah, so I mean, I would suggest if you have a child and you live
definitely do
in
it.
San Diego, enroll your kid in this.
Do they do? Is it just San Diego? Like, is there different spots that have it? So is there like a Pacific Beach chapter, or is it all?
Oh no, it just takes
as
care
a whole.
Of everything. Yeah, because they have like events and they do stuff like a beach kind of festival thing where they have beach races in like Mission Beach.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, and plus this is like the culmination of it.
Cool.
Where they kind of like learn about courage and confidence.
Yeah, it's like all builds up to the big jump.
Up and this guy just gives the order, says stare at the beach. First of all you have to like make sure no one's below you.
Yeah.
Stare at the beach, but then you put your fins up in the air and just step off, and they just.
That's really cool. I definitely, if I could do that, I would definitely do it.
Yeah.
Next year I'm doing it.
Of course, there's all these people in the water in case anything happens, but. Since these kids are all junior lifeguards, they're all pretty good swimmers.
Yeah, they've been trained, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's a nice event. It's fun, and there's a lot of parents on there, and then just like a lot of residents just fill.
Well, it's a big thing. It's just cool. It's like a rite of passage once you go through the program and stuff like that. So
yeah, and you can pay and do it yourself, and you'd be like the guy, and you're like, who's that old guy with these junior lifeguards?
Oh, he's only 17.
But there is some, like, the photo on the front page.
Yeah.
If you see, there's, like, 2 young women, and then the guy is, like, an old guy on the end of that photo.
Jumping?
Yeah. I don't know if he's, like, a parent or a grandparent.
Oh, yeah, he is. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, some people do it every year. I mean, they don't have to have kids in there.
Huh.
So, it's pretty cool.
Huh.
And then the last thing is kind of like last week we talked about Mission Bay football.
Now we got to bring in Point Loma.
So Point Loma football.
It's usually a little bit better, right?
The Pointers are usually really good. They have a solid program there, and they actually open on the road.
21
El Camino, which I think is in Oceanside. Yeah, so like every year they're contenders.
Yeah,
they're always a good team. They're always disciplined, well coached. This guy who's been their coach, Mike Hastings. He's been there this is his 21st season. Yeah. He's 143 and 93 with 3 ties. So he knows what he's doing. Let's see. Last year they lost to El Camino. Ooh, they got routed 34-12. But it's a whole new year.
All right.
Yeah. So go out. They
open up against El Camino, right?
Yeah. And then I think the next week is their home.
Okay.
But, support your Pointers if you're in Point Loma. A lot of people graduated from Point Loma High School, stay in the area, support the school.
Does Ocean Beach have a high school?
This is their high school.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I didn't know if there was 2 of them, but so if you live in Ocean Beach, you go to Point Loma, or you can choose where to go.
Yeah. But a lot of people, there's a lot of alums.
Yeah.
And, they want their kid to go to Point Loma High School.
Scarlet and gold is their colors?
Yeah.
Right? Or maroon and gold?
Kind of like maroon.
Yeah.
Maroon and yellow, maroon and gold. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
check them out.
They have a little pointer dog as their mascot.
They open up. Wow, they start football season early.
Yeah, I think it's because the school year's early.
So usually does high school start before?
Last year they start a week before the actual school started.
Oh wow.
So
ours usually opposite. Was like a week after school started. The first game would be.
Yeah, I think ours kind of was like the first week of school.
Yeah.
Was that Friday was the first football game too.
That's how it should be though.
Yeah, you kind of
get in the groove of things and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, it's a little early, but yeah.
But you get out early, so you get to enjoy summer more.
Yeah.
But yeah, so check out the Point Loma Pointers this Friday,
and then just check them out during the season. You know, just go to their website.
Is there a rivalry between Mission Bay and Point Loma?
Not really.
No. All right. Just because they haven't been.
Point Loma is usually
a top dog
than Mission Bay.
All right.
But we'll see. You know, maybe they will develop one. Plus, they're in different divisions. It's kind of weird how CIF does it. It's like it's almost like a relegation in like Premier Football.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do really well in like say you're Division 2,
you go up to
Division 1.
Oh, okay.
And then, you know, if you did poorly, then they'll put you down in Division 3.
Oh, okay. Ours
so
was
if you're not in the same division, it just doesn't go by like the population of the school.
That's how ours was. It was how big your school was, which is not always fair.
Yeah, like New York State had like 4A was like the biggest schools, but it was just like by, you know, how many students you had in your school. So the high school I went to was a 4A high school.
Yeah,
so
we had more to pick from, I guess, is how they look at it.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a school that just had like a bunch of like little towns around it. Yeah. It just had like a bunch of, you know, it was a huge school. We had a big stadium and everything.
Oh, really?
And so, you know, we'd go up against these powerhouses in New York, like Liverpool and, you know, I still remember these schools like Buffalo, Sweet Home, these huge schools. And then you would go down to like Kingston, New York.
Okay.
By, like Poughkeepsie down that way.
You're talking.
Yeah, and you'd have to play these like massive.
Get handed to you.
No, not always.
We would. We lost everyone to Catholic school, but that's another story for another day.
Well, North Jersey's got some tough schools.
Yeah, we're all Catholic schools.
Oh,
a lot of good talent comes out of North Jersey football wise.
Yeah, there wasn't like who's the quarterback that came out of there?
Phil Sims, both Phil Sims' sons played there.
Oh.
I don't know if Phil Sims is from there, but then like Brian Cushing's from there, Marquise Liverpool, the McCourty twins that play for the Patriots. There's a lot of talent, a lot of baseball talent, a lot of football talent, a lot of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I mean, they're overall pretty good. Northeast is usually produces powerhouses in those sports.
Yeah.
Hockey
Do they all
players.
go to like Penn State? Is that like the
No, they go to like smaller D3 schools, but some of the big names they usually go to Florida.
Yeah, because that's always sucked about, you know, living in upstate New York is Syracuse football. You know, it's like
my one buddy's brother played for Syracuse.
Did he?
Yeah.
It's such a huge school, and you know, Division I sports.
Yeah.
Basketball, always a great basketball team.
Yeah.
Good in lacrosse. Good in, you know, other things. But their football team is terrible.
They're always a contender, but they are always. It's a D1 school, so you have to think. It's a good program, but it's in that realm of the good schools, but it's never on the top of the list. It's always on the towards the bottom.
Yeah, their football team.
Tom, we need to do a football podcast.
Yeah, so but they have like you would think they have all of New York State and maybe like some, you know, North Pennsylvania or North,
but they don't get
even
them.
like I guess Western Jersey or something like that.
Yeah, but if they gave you the opportunity to go play down south, wouldn't you go play?
Yeah. What I'm saying, these guys that probably aren't going to go play for Florida State, or even like North Carolina, you know, wouldn't you want to play for like your
home state school?
State's biggest school.
Yeah,
and they done a lot of them go to Penn State.
Yeah,
Penn State like kind of owns.
Well, that's why Miami was so good. Sorry, we're going on a tangent here,
but
that's why Miami was so good. It's because the coach was smart. He said, "You guys are all going to all these different schools and playing against each other. Why don't you all come together and just play at the U?" And the coach, I forget what his name is, but he's the guy that rallied them all together. And that's why my University of Miami in the 80s was they were better than the Miami Dolphins. They were bigger than the Dolphins. They were, dude. In the documentary, they were like, we would go to clubs and the Miami Dolphins, they wouldn't let them in. We'd walk into the clubs being
30 by 30.
30 for 30, the U. And they would get into the clubs before the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, they were more popular.
Yeah, they just...
Because the Dolphins were...
They were shit.
Well, they had Dan Marino. What do you mean? They weren't shit.
They weren't that...
They were in the Super Bowl in like 80... What, 83?
Yeah, so this is like late 80s. You're talking 87 probably to 89 is when the U was like the U. But sorry to go on a tangent, guys. We'll go have a football one.
I used to love the Notre Dame... Miami
Convicts versus Catholics. Yeah. But anyway, just to wrap up what we went over. Sorry, we went on a little football tangent there for a little bit. We're excited about the season coming up. But August 27th, moms and dads, we know you're happy. Kids are going back to school. Look out because they're starting a new STEAM program, which is a little bit more focused on the science, technology, engineering, and the arts. They recently decided they're going to trial for the murder of the Incense Man, Walter, or
Ross.
as he goes by Ross Riley. You know him as the guy selling incense, usually at the farmer's market in OB. But Noah Mitchell Jackson will be going to trial for this murder. Bring it up a little bit. Meet the artist this Friday from 5 to 6 at Stone Brewery. He's doing all the murals and everything down in Liberty Station. We also have the junior lifeguards who jumped off the pier this past week, which was pretty phenomenal. Something I've always wanted to do, and hopefully I'll be able to do it one day. But their milestone rite of passage that they have at the end of their term for doing all their stuff. And then last but not least, Point Loma Pointers kick off this Friday night versus El Camino, 7 p.m. Is it at El Camino or is it at Point Loma?
At El Camino, which
Camino
is in Oceanside.
Yeah, and Coach Mike Hastings enters his 21st season. Hopefully it's another winning one. And, that's all we got for you this week. But thanks for tuning in. Peninsula Beacon Weekly Update. Like we always do, tell us what you want to hear.
Oh, yeah.
Write the paper.
And plug the SDnews.com.
Yeah, SDnews.com. We always do.
Go to our Facebook pages.
Yeah, like Facebook, everything like that. Videos
Instagram.
and everything will be uploaded. Check us out. Like us, subscribe. Tell us what you want to hear. If you want to hear something or if you want to hear some news or some particular things in the community that we aren't touching on, let us know what you want to hear. Till next week. We'll see you guys later.